Have you ever taken the time to enjoy the world around you? Have you seen all the life and beauty that is in nature? From big animals like whales to smaller animals like butterflies, each have been affected by climate change and humans in some way. Butterflies not only bring beauty to nature, but have also been appreciated by cultures all around the world. We use butterflies for decor and inspiration. In a book titled The Butterflies of North America, A Natural History and Guide by Hopkins, they explain how we use the butterflies even as a way to share life stories and metaphors. I grew up learning all about butterflies. My first encounter with them that I can remember very vividly was when I was in the first grade. Since then, I have presented on them and have continued to learn about these beautiful little creatures. It's no secret that climate change and humans have hurt our ecosystem, which has affected and impacted the lives of the animals within it. Before discussing how butterflies have been affected, let me introduce you the butterfly community. Butterflies live everywhere that we live. They live all around. We are attracted by their pleasing shapes, colors, and their ability to fly. According to the Smithsonian, about 17,500 butterfly species can be found all around the world, and about 750 of those species reside here in the United States. As you can see from this chart, there are many different kinds of butterflies, each unique in their own way. Each of them have different wing shapes, body shapes, are different lengths, and are different colors. Some of the most butterflies here in North America are the monarch, the painted lady, and the eastern tiger. Butterflies are categorized under 6 different family types. They are Hesperidae, Lycaenidae, Nymphalidae, Papilionaridae, Pieridae, and Rheodinidae. Now, let's take a closer look at the process they go through before obtaining their beautiful wings. First, eggs are laid, which can last 3 to 7 days, but is different depending on the type of butterfly species. Second, the egg will hatch into a caterpillar and will remain a caterpillar anywhere from 2 to 5 weeks. Third, the caterpillar will wrap itself up into a cocoon called a chrysalis. This lasts about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the type of butterfly. And lastly, a complete metamorphosis will take place and a beautiful adult butterfly will emerge. Most butterflies can live anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. There are some that die even after a day. Some may live longer, but the time frame, just like the stages in their life, are different depending on the type of butterfly. The weather has had a great impact on the butterfly population. Butterflies are delicate and they can survive every change. These creatures go through such a precise process as we've seen, and they cannot sustain many of the weather conditions that bigger animals can. Thinking about the state where we are currently in, Oklahoma, it can be a nightmare for us. It can be hard to adjust to the constant weather changes. One day it may be bright and sunny, the next day it may be snowing. In the morning it's going to be cold, and by nighttime it may be storming. Butterfly wings are delicate, they are fragile, and they can't always adjust quickly enough to all of these changes. It's important to know, however, that the existence of butterflies has been under threat for some time now. In a book called Butterflies of Oklahoma, Kansas, and North Texas, they note that in 1975, the first butterfly was placed on the U.S. endangered species list. Up to 19% of the butterfly species in the U.S. continues to be at risk today. So, what factors and threats have contributed to the decline of butterflies exactly? In a study done in Italy called The Changes in Apiline Butterflies Communities During the Last 40 Years, they noted that local warming and land use changes have affected the butterfly community. Remember those popular butterflies I mentioned earlier? Well, according to an article written by Emily Udell called Where Monarchs Reign, the man-made destruction of our ecosystem has caused population of these popular butterflies like the monarch to decline. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a monarch butterfly? In a book called The Conversation of Declining Butterfly Populations in Great Britain and Europe, written by Jeremy Thomas, he says that even in places of conservation, butterfly species are still facing extinction. So what can we do to help these butterflies? Is there anything we can do? Andrew Pollan writes in Ecology of Conservation of Butterflies that one of the ways we can help these little creatures is by learning more about them. He notes in this book that we can see the way that they're migrating, where they're migrating, what they are eating, the way that they are growing. Are they getting smaller? Are they getting bigger? Are there other species that are continuing to become extinct faster than others? These are only few of the things that Andrew notes in his book that we can keep an eye for and that we can use as a way to help preserve these little creatures. There are ways that we can protect butterflies, but we won't see a change in the insect community overnight. Think about it this way. Even if all of the world leaders got together today and decided to make legislation about the decrease of destruction of the land and the decrease of manufacturing buildings, we still wouldn't see the change in our ecosystem that we are wanting. A lot of damage has been done over the years. There are things that we can do to help them, but it won't be a change that will be quick. It won't be a change that we will notice right away. This is something, again, that will take time, effort, and patience. There's a lot that can be done and learned from butterflies, and there are ways that we can conserve this species. In closing, climate change is a problem that affects butterflies and all species in our ecosystem. However, other issues that species like butterflies in our ecosystem face are created by humans. We can't control the weather threats animals face, but we can control our own actions and choices. Books like The Last Butterflies, A Scientist's Quest to Save a Rare and Vanishing Creature, Discover Evolutionary Ecology, and Butterflies of Alabama, A Glimpse into Their Lives all have one thing in common. It's that they all explain how butterflies are a sign of a good and healthy ecosystem. If we want to ensure a bright future for the generations to come, we must make the necessary changes so that we can continue to see these butterflies all around us. There are small steps that we can take. There are healthier and better choices for a planet that we can make so that we can conserve not only butterflies, but all of those other smaller creatures that suffer every day due to man-made destruction. The next time you are thinking about doing a project that requires the tearing down of trees or the destruction of land in some type of way, think about these small creatures. Think about our ecosystem. Do you want to continue to see our ecosystem thrive and at a healthy point, or do we want to see a dying ecosystem? Do we want to see an ecosystem with small creatures like these no longer exist? To quote Anne Dyson from her book, The Extraordinary Insects, let us take pleasure in colorful butterflies. Let us admire the funny interaction between these little critters and be thankful that insects step up to do work on our behalf. Conserving insects isn't just conserving their lives, it's also conserving a better future for our planet. It's ensuring that we can continue to be inspired by these small little creatures and that we can continue to use them in life lessons and to also know more about the world that is all around us. So next time you're outside, take time to take in all the beauty that is around, and take time to look and admire these little critters. Thank you.